Castranger.
Welcome one and all to another episode of Extra Castranger.
Hi, I'm Lane.
Total eclipse of the heart. And I
Total non sequitur.
Sorry, that was me furiously shaking. I learned it from
You're
Closeup.
lying!
She's lying!
I'm sorry!
Triggered.
Best match!
Well, we have 4 out of 5 core members.
Hey, we got the best members of Castranger.
Yeah.
Raven's the boring one.
And I'm also here.
Isn't that right, Aircaster?
Don't throw anything!
Yeah, wait, are you telling me Aircast that's a cure for cancer? Huh.
No,
If
don't
anything, Aircaster's a core member. But he's going to be going into seasonal retirement once the colder weather hits.
So when Wintercaster comes,
Sure.
Wintercaster is coming.
Oh my goodness, you didn't watch Game of Thrones, you're not allowed to make that joke.
Anyways, let's get into our news.
I guess. Garo's not a common rider.
Garo's not a common rider.
Someone in our Discord
Stay
chat.
Sheriff Gavin isn't either.
Well, yeah. Okay, so from the most unlikely of sources, we have yet another correction on the correct romanization of the secondary rider in Common Rider build.
Yep.
Thanks to underwear.
Yep.
How? So the rider who is known as Common Rider Clothes, when we first heard about him,
We
has
found
had
his real name from clothes.
We got
Claws.
his real name from actual clothes.
Yeah.
And that's the confusion.
And it's Common Rider Cross Z.
That's such a weird
Apparently
name.
the actual Japanese text is spelled out as kurozu, which explains perfectly why everyone thought it was clothes and claws up till now.
I still think it's gonna be close.
The underwear says different.
Yeah, it's
Can't-
cross-said.
Yeah,
So look, it says Cross Z there.
yeah, but that's romanization.
But on the other hand, it does also say on the same piece of underwear, blood stock, which we know for a fact that's wrong. And I wanted to touch on that because there's been a lot of talk about this on the Facebook group over the last couple weeks.
But
About
first,
whether it's
kinda-
Bloodstock or Bloodstar.
Correct.
Like here's a good example that we literally had earlier this year. Ultraman G'd. It started off at Z'd, then Zed, then G'd.
No, but my point is, I briefly mentioned this 1 or 2 weeks ago, but the reason it's Stark and not Stock is because he pronounces it Sutaku, as opposed to Sutoku, as in the word Sutoka, for stalker.
Yeah, no, we get it.
So I don't know how people think that it's correct.
Because they see it spelled as stalk, so they just think, oh, because they spell it that way, it's correct.
Yeah.
That's why.
Learn to think for your...
No, some people just don't go in depth with Japanese like you do. I'm sorry. Not everyone's like you.
This is the same company who spells it Gord Drive. We can't just blindly agree to what they say.
Because they don't use L's.
You know,
Really?
Liko from, the civilian name of Cure Magical, Liko.
My point is, you can't believe everything you learn from a pair of underwear.
Or if there's anything that South Park taught me, you can't believe everything that's on Facebook.
But this is on underwear.
All
That
right.
was a
Pretty
weird,
nice underwear.
So yes, it's Common Rider Cross Z, spelled CROSS dash Z.
Just imagine going to work and having that on under your suit and just like secretly having, what am I saying?
You're just like
Ha-ha!
you're just sitting there at your meeting like, they'll never know that. I'm
Yeah,
wearing such
exactly.
cool
They'll never know
underwear.
Kamen Rider underwear.
Haha! You'll never get the secret of the secondary rider's name out of me. You'll have to strip me to get it.
It's like that one time I was like when I was working at McDonald's. I just saw a kid at McDonald's one time when I was working, and he was
Okay,
like,
hold on. This is a story segueing off discussion of underwear, and you've mentioned a child. I'm afraid of where this is going.
I saw his shirt and it had a Kamen Rider blade on it, and I was like, "What the hell? How do you get that?"
I saw a little
End
kid
of story.
saw a little kid with a Kenro Gunso shirt at Duffer Mall once.
Cool.
There was a kid that came into my work earlier, like a few months
Sorry.
ago, with Kamen Rider Wizard and Beast on his shirt, in which I told his parents, I know what that is. And they're like, wait, really? Yeah.
That didn't sound creepy at all. I know what you're wearing.
Well, no, because the dad was also into it.
Cool. Okay. Next, we have a scan showing the actual, what looks like to be the Ganbarizing render of Kamen Rider Cross Z. as well as Kamen Rider build Kaizoku Resha. So
Cool.
we get a
Weird
more
color
detailed
scheme.
look at the form. It looks like its arms are going to be huge
Oh,
and
it's-
encumbering.
It's so cool. I love it. I cannot wait to get a figure and bottle set of this.
Like, there's so many green and blue forms. Because look, like, this is Kaizoku here, but then if you look at Cleaner, up there, it looks like the exact same color.
Yeah, that's the one bothering me about build forms. A lot of them just have like the same color. So like, you could tell like for Fire and Rabbit,
It's not
like
it's
Fire's like a slightly darker shade of red, but not by much.
It's not like an entirely bad thing, because like if you match those two forms up, it probably looks awesome.
You got
Because,
the hedgehog panda.
but you mean Fire Hedgehog?
You couldn't do Hedgehog Panda.
Yeah, I know, but they're both white forms.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're on the same side, so you can't match them.
Yeah, but don't you think they should have, like, did something cooler?
You could just match it up with Gatling. Anyways, but yeah, like we've seen Rabbit Fire before, and like it looks pretty cool because it's both reds. So I'm not complaining. I just think it's odd. All right. So moving on from that, we have a close-up of the scan from last week where we talked about the Scrush driver.
And the splash jelly.
Apparently it's actually Sklash, because we see a close-up look at the Sklash jellies, and it actually says on them Sklash Jelly. SCLASH.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Well, you should listen to last week's extra.
He
then.
doesn't want to. He doesn't want build spoilers.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm like, Gar, I'm surprised you're actually here for this.
What are you talking about? I can't even see.
Okay.
You can't see.
Anyways, he doesn't want to look at build spoilers.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to go into this show knowing as little
All you need
as
to
I
know, all you need to know is the next power source is Kool-Aid Jammers.
They kind of are.
Anyways,
They kind of are.
I do want to own one of these. They're cool.
I hope it can be
Yeah.
squished.
I saw something.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah,
go
oh yeah,
first.
this. All the
Okay,
merchandise.
so Toei Hero has officially launched the Kamen Rider Genmu Festival merchandise event. So they're like selling just a bunch of fucking awesome Genmu merch.
I guess they've acknowledged how popular Dan is.
Dan the man.
I'm sorry, but he's the most popular character from X-Aid. Like, fuck the main character when you have one of the main
You
antagonists.
mean most obnoxious?
Which is funny
That's
because
your opinion.
the Bugvisor Zwei Shindan Kuroto version just came out as well.
Yeah, so a bunch of things we get like this wicked awesome shirt of Zombie Gamer. It looks fucking awesome. He's like kind of like doing zombie pose from out of the shirt, and it's cool.
I'm gonna zoom in real close on that. Just for a sec.
Zoom in on the Genmu shirt. Ooh, it's so pretty.
Oh, it's actually
It's,
Zombie Action Gamer because he's got the gamer driver.
Yeah,
on.
it's X0 because that's like the more.
Well, it's X0.
Yeah. And then we get like I think that's like a bag or a mouse pad or something like of all his
So-
different forms.
The selection of products include Gashet keychains, which shows all 5 Gashets that he's used, including Proto Mighty Action X, Shakuriki Sports, Dangerous Zombie, Proto Mighty Action X Origin, and Dr. Mighty Double X.
Really? No Gary Chambro?
I know, right? That's a little odd. Well, he
used
never
the-
actually.
He used
He
the
just
weapon,
used the
not
weapon,
not,
yeah.
not the gash itself.
I guess these are all the ones that have been in his belt.
But
It's an odd specifier.
Okay.
Sorry?
I was like, wait, isn't the Buggle Driver only like one?
No, but
The
this is
gamer
gamer
driver.
Fuck.
So Gashet keychains, mobile phone holder, limited edition T-shirts, folding phone case, and many more.
Yeah, so the phone holder, this is the most interesting piece. It's literally like Genmu's continue pipe, and it just has Genmu like popping out of it with like the Gashikon breaker, and then
That's
just put your
hilarious.
phone on it. It's great. Also, I learned I watched a review of the what I call the Buggle Dan, the DX Buggle Dan, the Buggle Driver's Y Dan version. Fucking when you turn it on, it goes like what does you want for
Does it play the song?
It plays Excite, but it actually
No, I'm saying like when it goes.
Oh,
"What's
no.
the message?"
No.
Just go.
No, it doesn't.
Damn it!
There's a cool feature you can do with the Buggle Dan, where it plays Excite, the TV size, but if you press it, there's a certain you can also play the dialogue where he's like yelling at Emu, telling him that he has game disease, and it you can sync both the song and the line, and it's like fucking perfect, and it's so cool.
That's amazing.
And then he has all his lines, his laughter, and like even talks in like his Genmu suit, which is really cool.
Are you gonna get it somehow?
Oh, of course. I want to get it even just for the box alone. Oh, and then if you put a gadget in it, and you do the button that says "buckle up," it's actually Dan saying "buckle up."
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. And then when it's playing the Chronicle gadget, he goes like, "Bleh!"
Anthony, make sure you put up a picture of the Shindan Kroto version while he talks about this.
Yeah, the Buggle Dan. That's what I call it.
So this event, the Genmu Festival, started October 13th, and due to an overwhelming response, the website has been slow or unavailable. And Tetsuya Iwanaga, who played Dan, has expressed his gratitude over Twitter. So the Genmu Festival will run until November 13th. So
I had a dream that we went on vacation somewhere and we actually met Dan's actor, and he was really nice. And then I tried to get a selfie with him, and when I was about to, I woke up and I was like, "Fuck."
Do you mean like you and Ichi?
Like me, it was I think a bunch of us. Gar was there too,
you were there, and you were there.
and I was just like, "Oh my god, Stan! Holy shit!"
All right.
Anyways,
Funny, I had a dream where it was like all of us in Hamilton playing Manhunt.
What the fuck?
like the game Manhunt,
I hope.
Yeah.
It
No,
was a
actually
game.
manhunting.
like the violent game Manhunt.
Yes, like the
Oh.
violent game of Manhunt.
Oh wow.
The deadliest game of all, Manhunt.
That sounded like a cromulon.
Yes, man. The most evil, dangerous creature on the face of the
Oh my
planet.
god.
No, you know what? I'm done. You want to know the worst things on the face of the planet? Animals.
Yeah, the nostalgia critic, but didn't
Fucking
that
snakes.
sounded like a cromulon. It really did.
I don't know.
You have to show me what
It's an
you
easy
thought
voice
it
to
was.
do. I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's an easy voice to do. Next,
Sorry for.
there was a recent X8 stage show
Oh.
introducing a weird palette swap of Muteki Gamer that was apparently a form of Game Deus.
No.
Game Deus Muteki.
That's cool.
This is exactly what I assumed Gen Muteki form would look like.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. He's even got like a waistcoat too. It's awesome.
Blaze in our Discord, the world's deadliest game, Dan.
Yes, Dan.
Yes, exactly.
That's great.
Yes, Dan.
Just
The
show
most-
like grainy black and white footage of him just
Dan,
laughing
yeah,
hysterically,
exactly.
just looking evil.
Yes, Dan.
You
One
mean
of
like
most
the
evil-
show is done?
One of the evilest common writers to ever exist. Then became a total pussy when he came back to life.
Oh, pussy, no.
Fine, piece of shit.
Sure.
But yeah, this Game Deus Muteki looks like he also repurposed Wizard's hip cape. But other than that, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like the eyes.
Let me just see if there's any other detail. This was the Nakano Sun Plaza in Tokyo on the 15th. It's, yeah, that's about it. Next. So back when we mentioned a couple weeks ago that Power Rangers were doing some new things for their 25th anniversary, one of those was Power Rangers Hyperforce, a Twitch RPG adventure, and now we have some more details on that. So Twitch TV has officially announced this. It will be a live stream tabletop role-playing game. 25 episodes are planned to air weekly in celebration of the 25th anniversary.
Which will be next year, not this year.
Well, by the time they've finished all the episodes, it'll be next year.
That's a lot of episodes.
Okay, so here's the pitch. Power Rangers Hyperforce is set in the year 3016 at Time Force Academy.
What the fuck?
A team of Time Force Ranger cadets must band together to defeat an ancient evil who is set on unraveling the very fabric of the universe. Under the leadership of their mentor, Jen Scott, and with the show's game master, Malika Lim, the newly minted Rangers will cross both time and space to complete their mission while running into many familiar eras and faces along the way, which means guest stars.
So it's literally,
Harmon Quest.
I was gonna say Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, but okay.
That too. The stakes have never been higher as the players learn what it means to be a ranger in a live tabletop RPG environment where anything can happen.
That
Which is
sounds
why
awesome.
we got Andre the Black Nerd from YouTube to be in this.
Wait, he is?
I'm gonna get into who's in it, but we're not there yet. So Hyper RPG has developed a Twitch extension that will allow viewers to select a ranger to permanently tie to their unique ID. Viewers will be able to send their ranger out on daily missions, boss battles, and raids, and trade cool loot with other players. What the hell? Alright, so here's who we have for our star-studded cast. Peter Sudarso, the Ninja Steel Blue Ranger. Paul Schreier, Bulk. As Gar said, Andre the Black Nerd. And other social media personalities Megan Camarena and Christina V. And, of course, since I mentioned Jen Scott, Aaron Cahill is confirmed to be at least on hand for the premiere episode.
That's awesome.
And what? No Lewis Lovehawk?
I don't know.
Linkara?
So, Power Rangers Hyperforce is scheduled to begin Tuesday, October 24th, and air from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I mean, come on, let's all think about this. Linkara made Power Rangers cool.
So make sure
What?
You did.
make sure to tune in to the Twitch TV RPG channel, which is twitch.tv/hyperrpg. That's with 2 R's, hyperrpg. I'm excited. I'll watch it.
It sounds pretty neat.
Even if I don't watch it live, I'll look it up later. But yeah, this sounds amazing.
Is this like a thing that eventually we can all do?
I was saying when we were talking about this, I really hope they release the module or like the system that they're using,
So
because
other
I
people can
absolutely
play,
want
yeah.
us. I absolutely want us to do a Cast
Cast
Ranger
Ranger
version.
one. That would I've never played a tabletop game except for Rifts one time. Am I still allowed?
Well,
Yeah,
we
that's
do
fine.
this.
I've played a bunch. I've
always wanted to play
I've DM'd one campaign, but I was terrible at it.
I've always wanted to play a tabletop.
I'm sure Tom would be interested. All right, so moving on. Speaking of Power Rangers Hyperforce, just earlier today, as of this recording, they put out the designs for the Ranger suits.
They're pretty cool.
So I'm just gonna put those in another window while we look
There's
at
a
them.
guy
here.
named Vesper.
Give me just a moment.
I'm gonna have to change a character's name.
So, going from left to right on the scan here, we have Iapetus Lion Red, and the character's name is Marvin, or Marv for short, because marvelous.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, that's why Peterson also picked that name.
Oceanus Serpent Blue, aka Eddie. Hyperion Phoenix Pink, whose name is Chloe. Koya Cerberus Black, who's Vesper. And finally, Creus Ram Yellow, whose name is Jack.
That's probably Bulk's character.
Maybe, I don't know.
I like to think so.
These suits look pretty good.
Yeah, they're nice.
I don't like the chest area.
Yeah, I'm not too big. of a fan of
That's my biggest.
The
complaint.
helmets are really
It's
nice.
so clearly an outline of the Power Rangers lightning bolt.
Yeah, but the problem is that it's trying to make like an SPD thing where like it was the number on the side, but at least with the numbers on the SPD suits, they were like outlined in white. It's just
I didn't.
this is just black.
I can understand where you're coming from, but I don't think they're trying to mimic SPD. I just think they're trying to use the lightning bolt pattern.
Oh, you're right. They're trying to mimic Time Force, so why do they not kind of look like, the Time Force suits?
Because they're trying to be their own.
Well, at least have some consistency.
Well, they're consistent with each other, and that's really what matters.
All I'm asking is, like, I don't know, probably a white outline with the lightning bolt. That way it's not so lazy.
I agree.
Yeah, that would look. It would
I think
make it
there's.
more obvious,
I think
guess.
they're serviceable. All right. What's interesting to note is this is our first female Black Ranger.
Bullshit.
Really?
Way more from Power Rangers issue 20.
Okay.
That comes out before this.
Okay. I'm not saying you're wrong.
No,
I'm not.
I wouldn't know either.
All right. Next, we got posters for Heisei Generations Final.
I like the civilian one. I do not like the Rider one.
Why?
The Rider one looks too photoshopped.
Of course it's photoshopped!
Yeah, but with the civilian one, they all look like they're together, not on separate filters like the Rider one.
I would honestly argue against that, because in the civilian one, Koda looks like he's been shopped in, because he looks like he's been squished down compared to the rest of them.
I just love.
Although I have to say, the sad fact is Koda's actor is short. I know
I
that for a
just love.
fact.
I love the just Ankh is there.
Yeah.
What's up, baby?
And
Now I wonder if Toei has access to a time machine and they just got Seiji Takaiwa from each era that he played said Rider, and then just got himself.
you're
to
playing
reprise his roles.
everyone, Mr.
Yeah.
Kamen Rider.
And he's like, they're all just like, okay, simultaneously.
That would be interesting.
But the reason I'm talking about these posters is if you zoom in real close on the rider suit poster, we notice something interesting. There are Guardian robots with X's on them.
Oh, it could be true.
everyone's hoping
Foundation X!
It
Yes.
could end up actually being relevant, right?
This is supposed to be the final Heisei chapter.
That'd be cool.
Even though we still have the rest of the show to go through.
That's true.
Well, the Foundation X has nothing to do with the shows. They're only in the
Yeah,
movies.
but we still have the March movie that we could use Foundation X in.
Maybe.
That's
where,
true.
you know, we have more actors.
That's true.
Also revealed for this movie is the villain. Remember
that's
how we
cool.
talked about the Nebula gun that Comrade Rogue uses having two servants named Kaisers?
Yeah.
Apparently this is a third one.
Oh.
A third Kaiser. So the villain's name is Mogami Kaisei. He is a violent evil scientist bent on annihilating all humans. So he's Bender.
No, with that face of his, it makes him look like what's her name? She's the villain of Transformers Last Night.
I forgot her name.
Quintessa.
So this villain will be played by musician and writer Kenji Otsuki.
Ooh.
They use musicians, don't they?
I think
Hey.
he's done other work for
You
writer.
can
I think.
sing, you can dance, you can act.
You can leave your friends behind.
No.
No.
Also confirmed to return in this movie is Jake and Chuta from Forze, as well as Onari from Ghost.
Yes.
He's still Detective Onari.
And here's a picture of him proposing to Dan.
No, it's him just talking to Dan.
I know, but I'm making a joke, Gar.
Well,
That's what we do. It's the funnies.
well if
Haha.
he was going to propose, he would have to be a lot more on the ground.
I get it. It's the comic relief meaning the comic relief.
No, it's the comic relief, meaning the asshole. I'm not gonna say which one's which, but you probably know who I'm talking about.
Dan.
No, Dan's none of them.
Huh?
Anyways,
Is
film-
the wig the asshole?
Yes.
the
wig.
hairy asshole.
No, I shouldn't have. No.
The wig's
I'm
the
sorry.
asshole.
I'm trying to think of who's in the picture that isn't.
Dan is just non-existent.
Anyways, the film is being written by Ex-Aid's head writer Yuya Takahashi.
I'm
Sorry, that was really
and
stupid,
Guard
really
is
stupid.
not
No.
watching this movie.
No. No.
And it's also being directed by Kazuya Kamihoriuchi, who also did Ex-Aid, as well as Shojiro Nakazawa, who did Wizard.
I'm
Oh, there you
sorry.
go, Gar Wizard!
What did I do?
You didn't do anything. He's upset that
The
the
movie-
director and writer of X-Aid is directing and writing this movie.
I'm excited.
I mean, me too.
Heisei
I
Generation.
said some dumb stuff. I'm sorry.
Heisei Generation's final will premiere December 9th. Next.
Oh, Gar.
Some info on the guy playing Kaiser, Kenji Otsuki. He's the guy who sang the opening to Ryu Kendo.
Ooh. That was I liked when we talked about Ryuken. That was interesting.
Yep. Alright, next. The suit actor for Daimajin, Riki Hashimoto, has passed away
Oh.
at the age of 83 due to lung cancer.
And for the record, I wasn't leaving because of that. Well, I kind of was, but my mom called me.
Oh, okay.
Way to
But no,
maintain the illusion and then shatter it.
No, you know what this means, right? With whole, Forze, how does Gentoku have his belt? How is Ankh alive? Oh, it's the head writer of X-Aid? Okay, so it's gonna be a magical bullshit reason.
I mean, if you think about what the hell Ankh is, they could get away with almost anything.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like with X-Aid, again, where it's like, oh, people aren't really dead. It's like they're in like a little pocket dimension or something.
We backed them up in the cloud.
All the fucks.
Anyways, we're talking about...
of the fuck.
I know.
Anyway, we're
Gar,
talking
you don't
about
like
someone who
X-Aid.
passed away.
What does that mean?
All the fucks.
I don't
So-
understand.
Anyways, Riki Hashimoto, who passed away at the age of 83 due to lung cancer, was well known as the man who donned the Daimajin suit for 1960s Dale movies.
Fuck,
Fuck
that. He was a baseball player.
Daimajin, Return of Daimajin, and Wrath of Daimajin, as well as 1968's Gamera vs. Virus, which is oddly coincidental since we're talking about Gamera this week.
Gamera.
I'm sorry.
It's not Gamera.
It's Gamera!
That's Gamera.
Gamera!
Piece of shit.
Why?
He is also the man who went toe-to-toe with Bruce Lee in 1972's The Chinese Connection / Fist of Fury.
No, it's called Fist of Fury over here.
Okay.
Over there, it's called The Chinese Connection.
So he
Which
passed...
doesn't make sense because Bruce Lee ended up making a movie called Fists of Fury. So it's like, fuck, what are we going to call it over here? And we called it, like, Enter the Dragon or something.
Oh. Fist of the Furious.
Fuck.
Fast 5.
No.
Fist fight.
Fist five.
You know, one of the sad part, I actually like the Fast and Furious movies, except for the 8th one.
Fate of the Fist?
Fate and the Furious.
I know.
No, but no. Well, guess he won in the fight against Bruce Lee.
Ouch.
Wow. He passed away on October 11th, days before his 84th birthday, which would have been the 20th.
Oh.
So, condolences to him and his family.
Happy birthday, sir.
Technically, it was yesterday in Japan.
Shut up.
Rest in peace, sir.
Rest in
Next. Shout Factory TV confirms that they are running a marathon of Denji Sentai Mega Ranger.
Yeah.
Ew.
On October 28th, details such as time and format to be revealed later. And of course, Mega Ranger Complete Series DVD will be releasing on October 31st for $59.97.
That's a lot, especially with the other seasons being like $50.
Maybe this one's just good.
The pink Mega Ranger, powered by cell phones.
All right, so get this. I'm a part of a giant like news tokusatsu outlet called Tokusatsu Media Center.
Mm-hmm.
Someone actually complained when we shared this news article, saying, "Why do people always use Gokaiger footage when talking about previous Sentais?"
Because
Because that's a
easier to
screenshot
find?
of
because the image looks better.
yeah, it's like because it's a higher quality.
It's the same
image.
suits. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. It's like who cares?
Anyway,
Oh, power of satellites, power of
power of
TVs.
desktop computers,
power
satellites,
of giant
cell
fat-ass
phones,
screen
a
TV.
big TV, and for the Yellow Ranger, what looks like a DS Fat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So it looks like either a cartridge or a DS.
What's
Oh.
what's
What is
silver?
Another satellite?
No, it's a cell phone.
Those silvers.
Cell phone.
Oh no, that's his Silverizer cell phone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mega.
MEGA Mega.
That's a super mega win.
Wait a minute, wasn't that in space as well?
Yes,
Like
yes,
the
it
morpher
was.
would go mega.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was like how they used the footage for Mega Ranger, just going 3, 3, 5.
I love that. Anyways, next. Q Ranger Swing OQ special
Oh,
That
these
is
are
so
cute. Look at the Rompo
I know.
one. The Naga one's pretty cool too. He's just standing there looking like, yeah,
Look,
I'm a
Look
keychain.
at everyone, really. Look at Raptor.
Lucky's is perfect.
set. So, basically, these are little keychain hangers thing that are chibi versions of all of the Q Ranger civilian forms. All
Oh.
12 of them.
Oh,
That's
I like
adorable.
Spartas.
the Rompo one is just amazing.
I also like chimps. Because I like
Kotaro's looks a little off.
he looks like he's possessed by a devil.
I wish Champ had his weight in his arm.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yep. Oh my. You left, bro.
So these are, of
Bring
course,
back a meme from 2013.
these are, of course, premium Bandai.
Yep.
This keychain set features all 12 of them. Each keychain is 38 millimeters tall. Each one recreates their signature pose and personality. The set for all 12 is 70-20 yen, so probably in the area of $100 once it comes here. February 2018 release. That's cute.
They're so tiny, though.
They're lucky.
But I guess you get all of them.
Look at Garu's sad face!
How could this happen
It's
to
not, no,
me?
he's looking cute.
I made my
But he looks
mistake.
sad! I just noticed!
Maybe it's
I
just
got the
he-
least
I
character
mean, he's the
development.
last of his race.
Yeah,
He
that's
has a
what
right
I
to
was
be.
thinking is that he just saw people die. I'm sorry, that was kind of morbid.
Okay.
I prefer my Galaxy Defenders counterpart.
Galaxy.
Gar's
Yes.
been proposing his own Power Ranger
Gar-
version of Q Ranger.
Yes, your pitch for the Q Ranger adaptation of Power Rangers is good. It's really good. I'm sorry to say, but it's not going to happen because Saban's a greedy asshole.
Are you sure about that?
He cares more about money than writing a good show.
Here's the thing, I think because Bandai of America had a hand in designing the Q Rangers, that it's more likely that this will get an American adaptation.
Well, no, he's saying that, like, even if I did, say, like, pitch the story to Judd Lynn, it'd be like, yeah, no. No, we're gonna go write our half-ass version.
That's too complicated.
Oh, that's too. Oh, in abandoned high school, we can't do that. Oh, but you guys can film at a high school.
Anyways, next. Green Psycho Ranger
That's cool.
is appearing in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comics.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 20 to be exact.
I was gonna say, you want to talk about this?
Sure. So the story is set in 1969 when America first sent their astronauts to the moon, and what happens to be on the moon is the Green Psycho Ranger.
That's cool.
In which this actually brought up a ton of theories, but like, oh yeah, who are the Psycho Rangers? In which it's like we never really got a valid question to who or what they are.
That's true.
In the original TV show In Space.
My theory on that is because when each of them were defeated and grew giant, they had a different alien form. My assumption was that they were all aliens from different planets that Astronema kidnapped and just slammed the Psycho Ranger powers on.
But this could be a huge factor in this might be the way on how Rita gets the Green Ranger powers.
Maybe.
She basically took the powers
Cannibalizes
of
the Green Psycho Ranger?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Maybe.
And bases it on, Zordon's Rangers.
So yeah, that's coming up.
So she made bootleg Rangers.
She made bootleg Zone Rangers.
She did to the Green Ranger powers what Saban did to Sentai.
No.
No, no, you took it too far.
No, it sounds about okay.
Aside from that, I like the art design.
Yeah, it was cool. And ending on a high note, the first 8 episodes of Power Rangers Ninja Steel are now on Netflix, you guys.
Oh wow, who cares?
It's also available on YouTube. On my Throwing Two Stars show, where me and Gar talk about Ninja Steel. It's great.
Yeah.
Ichi hates us for not thinking of titles.
Or thumbnails.
Or descriptions.
There was a description.
All that was a description of what the show is. It doesn't describe the first episode specifically.
That's a description.
Okay, so what's next episode's description going to be?
Lane and Gar talk about Power Rangers Ninja Steel episodes. This, and this.
You have no creativity.
Hey, it's a vlog series.
That's true.
That doesn't mean that doesn't mean you half-ass it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
I will not let the quality of our branding be sullied.
What branding?
We have a brand, sort of.
I'm going to brand your ass like a cow if this keeps up.
Yikes. Calm down, sir.
Anyways, that's the news.
Oh, wait, I got one more piece of news. Jim Leahy passed away.
Oh.
Yeah, rest in peace, sir. We'll all have a drinky poo in your honor.
What was his actor's name?
John Dunsworth.
Dunsworth, right.
I don't know who you're talking about.
In Trailer Park Boys, there was a character named Mr. Jim Leahy, and the joke was that he was an alcoholic. Mr. Leahy, is this you or the liquor talking? Randy.
I am the liquor. Yeah, someone in our Discord is pointing out that the trailer for the final movie came out, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
Oh,
You
well.
mean the Trailer Park Boys?
The final Trailer Park Boys movie.
No, I thought that's what you were.
The Park Boys trailer.
No, if anything, don't legalize it. Would be the good finale.
I have seen that, yeah. Okay.
Because it wraps everything up.
Anyways, thank you all for listening, and we'll hear you on the podcast proper.
Yes, thank you for listening.
What if they listen to the show and
Bye.
then extra?
Then they're doing it wrong.
Well, thank you for listening to both either way.
This episode of Cast Ranger has been brought to you by the glorious donations of our cast patrons, Oliver Nilsson, Joel Maroney, and Chris Laird. Thanks very much.